Our next reader, storyteller, performer tonight is finally not watching Gilmore Girls for the 100th time. And they might give you a play-by-play of the Eras tour. Y'all, please welcome to the stage, Arden!
I might be bringing the house down, just kidding. Alright. Return of Autumn, September 22, 2021. Dear Autumn, please be kind to me. Life is finally moving towards the bright side of things. Being in a brand new state, mentally, physically, has taught the lesson that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Most nights, I don't feel like I'm going to make it. I've grown to find comfort in fight or flight situations, and I know that's far from normal. Most importantly, I've decided to take time to love myself rather than give my all to everyone else, so I know it won't be lonely forever. This letter will remind me of when I decided to trust the process. Love always, my younger self. I'm thankful but frightened of the number of ideas flowing through my head. I'm grateful that those around me will listen to my silly tangents and ideas. These entries may not ever grow into something, but I appreciate everyone that takes a glance into my notebooks. So here it goes. Enjoy. It's a cup of coffee in my shaky hand as I walk across this farmer's market alone, seeing people gathering around with flowers and vegetables hanging out of their tote bags. The smell of fresh food cooking, various aromas floating around from essential oil and candle stands. People's smiles and hellos are always welcome, but I know I'm about to go home alone and take this flannel off until next Sunday. However, it's time for the seasonal spirit, or seasonal depression. And tonight I'm taking myself on a date to the pumpkin patch. The lights shine just as bright even when you're alone at night. My life is okay without anyone. A whiskey here and there, Friday nights at the same cafe bar, typing away on this laptop, listening to the surrounding conversations, and occasionally looking up to the black and white movie playing above the bar. A year has passed, and now it's time I watch the leaves fall all at once, just like my heart did, while I watched her walk down those blue stairs. Her eyes of sage popped by the color of her green sweater, as her wavy blonde hair falls past her shoulders and her nose curves as Tinkerbell's, especially when she winks. She's a taste that's crisp and clean. Autumn is the best time to take a bite of a fresh apple, but for her, crisp apples weren't the case. Instead, she breathed me in, harsh like cinnamon. Before she could catch her breath, we sprinted through the season aimlessly, illustrating these futuristic illusions to leave us both in a fever dream. The time spent together went by like a scene in a movie when they cascade through many days in one song. The candles burn the same way. I still stare at the dancing flames until I fall asleep. The same way the kittens watched us fall asleep while they lay on the window pane. I remember the giddy feeling I had walking past that window whenever I'd come over to her smiling on the other side. The kittens watched me walk away to my car every day. I didn't kiss her goodbye that last morning. I tucked the blanket along her while sneaking out of bed. I didn't know how significant this morning would be. Now that I think about it, every morning that I drove off pulled us farther and farther away. Even though our grip couldn't get any tighter, the phone calls couldn't get any longer, or the way our limbs magnetically intertwined, all because opposites attract. I couldn't fathom my life if any of that changed. There she is, walking down the aisle, her arms covered with sheer white floral lace that lightens her black inked tarot tattoos. Her white dress captures every part of her beauty, hair pulled away from her porcelain face, and she takes in a fresh breath of air. There's simplistic white, black, and green decor all around. Her daddy gave her a little something blue to wear this morning, and I see it sparkling as I fight the tears from coming out of my eyes. All that's left is our unspoken vows and the intricacy of our rings. That's when I woke up. It's just me, watching the leaves fall from the trees. I replay her voice repeatedly in my mind. If it happens now, it will only be a couple weeks of pain. Brings the feeling I had as I watched her walk down those blue stairs. I swore she felt it too, because anytime I had that same look across the room, she acknowledged this unexplainable feeling. The way that green sweater made her eyes pop. Most nights I reminisce listening to Sparks Fly by Taylor Swift in the car, and it feels like it all happened yesterday. I can blink to our first date while fidgeting with straw wrappers and having no idea of how calm we could feel with each other. Turn the day to Christmas Day, and at the end of the chapter, it's New Year's. Then and there, I swore there wouldn't ever be another year started without looking into those green eyes. Every day in between was important, but I specifically felt the excitement thinking about when I was talking to my mother on the phone. I told my mother about the flowers I put together as a Valentine's gift. Later, I would tell her how the kittens had a heyday with the flowers. But I would never talk about how I couldn't comprehend the profound significance of a gift given to me that day that unimaginably opened my heart. During those rapid-paced months of preparing for many hellos and goodbyes, we didn't miss any beat of leaving something to haunt us while we split our separate ways. September 22nd, 2022. Dear Autumn, your approach is always subtle until it's not. My journal from the beginning of the season last year is horrid. I think there are even tears on some of the pages. I'm not one to say kindness is weakness, although as the leaves fell from the trees, the kindness and weakness sent me tumbling down an incredible path. This is just a reminder to trust the process. Love always, my younger self. End.
Y'all make some noise for Arden. Arden, I hope you get to the 200th watching of the Gilmore Girls. I do. I'm rooting for you. One more time for Arden. All right.